Quentin Tarantino. Poofs! Poofs! Oh. Kill Bill is here at last. It's been 6 years since your last movie.
Yes, it has been.
That's a long time. What took you
Well,
so
there's
long?
one big Kill Bill year in that 6 years.
Yeah, okay. But why so long between films? I've been kind of, you know, very upset waiting for the next one.
Well, did I deliver?
You did deliver, yes. Kill Bill, I so enjoyed.
Was it worth the wait?
Yeah, it was worth the wait. It's not the point. Couldn't you have given it to me 3 years ago?
Okay, here's the thing. What actually ended up happening was, you know, I started writing. All right, so I was gonna do this World War II film next.
That's right? Inglourious Basterds.
Inglourious Basterds.
Okay. When's that
coming out? He knows the
out?
movies I haven't even done yet.
But I have to file them with the ones David Lynch never made because I don't know if you're going to get round to them.
So I started writing Inglourious Basterds, and then it was going on for a while and stuff. And then I started writing Kill Bill. So basically what I was doing at that time is I was writing. I'm going to do Inglourious Basterds next.
So you were stocking up. So you have a finished script now to move on to...
Oh, yeah, I got actually, I ended up, writing two war scripts, actually. So the thing, I mean, you have to remember, it's, you know, I'm partly known because I'm a writer and stuff. And you remember when I came out with Reservoir Dogs, True Romance was already written, Natural Born Killers was already written, From Dusk Till Dawn was already written, and lo and behold, they all got made. So the thing is now, I'm like, that's what I do. I went out, wrote, you don't write on talk shows, you go and write by yourself, and then now I'm back in business again.
So we've got to finish Kill Bill 2, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
but that's more or less done, isn't it?
Yeah, it's about 40% edited, you know, so I got to go and finish the second half of the process.
Now, is making movies for you, is it actually a fun experience or is it a torturous process?
No, it's a blast, man. I love it. And, you know, I got to tell you, 6 years was too long. No doubt about it, all right? But I'm never going to be one of those guys who does a movie every year and a half or every year or something. You know, 2.5 years sounds like a good thing. But there's a reason for that. It's because I never wanted to be a job. I always wanted to, you know, how many times have we watched a director's career and, those first 20 years, man, they rock and roll, all right? But those second 20 years, nah, it's a little dodgy, all right?
Spielberg!
Yeah.
Lucas! Fellini! No, he was okay.
He was okay. Well, the clown shit got a little bit too much for me. But, you know, but there is a thing about that. In those last 10 years, forget about it, all right? Yeah. And so the thing about it is, I never want that to happen. Every time I'm making a movie, I want the fans, and when I'm saying the fans, I'm not talking about the fans even who are here right now. I'm talking about when I'm dead and gone, all right? Like the way I'm a fan of, say, Howard Hawks. When I'm dead and gone, and some 16-year-old kid finds my work, and who the hell is this guy? Wow, this guy rock and rolls. Let me see what else he's done. I never want to disappoint him. Yeah. I always want it to mean everything to me, like I'd die for it.
But you know, did you, because to the casual observer, it looked to me like, because Jackie Brown came out, which I really liked Jackie Brown. It didn't feel like a Tarantino movie in the way that the other two did.
All right, you know, there was a thing about it. I had no intention of trying to top Pulp Fiction. I wanted to go underneath it. Yeah. And the thing is, you know, it's like, I'm not a rock star. I don't just have to make one hot rock record after the other with each one topping the last. This is a long career. And the thing about Jackie Brown is I didn't really make that for the Friday it opened. I made that so if you liked it, for the whole rest of your life, you become kind of friends with those people. And anytime you want to flip it in, you can watch it and have a good time, and it's all good.
How many movies do you watch? How often do you watch films? When you're not directing, say, when you're not working for like that, how many movies a week do you consume?
I see a lot. I see a lot. And, you know, but you see, I think that's honorable.
How many?
A lot. You know, I don't know, a bunch. I never...
What's it, you can't count? What's going on here? I'll help you. How many a day?
Okay,
4? 3 a day?
No, probably not 4 or 3.
2 a day?
You know, but yeah, you know,
14, 15 a week?
If I'm not doing...
One more on Sunday?
If I'm not doing anything
Friday,
out on the town or
well, let's get a figure here. How are we going now? 16?
No, I was I'd say about, with nothing to do at home, I'll easily watch 2 to 3 movies.
Okay, a day. So that's 2 to 3 a day. So it's about 20, 21 a week. That took a long time to get that small gem out. I was just curious.
Well, you did have to yank it out. I had to think about it.
Why were you reluctant there?
Well, because for instance, I have all kinds of collections. I never count them, all right? It's just to highlight your obsessiveness, all right? My obsessiveness doesn't need to be highlighted, all right? Okay. It's right there.
You know it, and you don't really want to dwell on it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm almost rather not know.
Now, here's something. I know you've seen movies which many of us would dismiss.
Yeah.
Many of us would not bother going to see, and you will go
But
and see.
not you, though. You actually are semi-like-minded.
Yes, I'm abnormal, like you. But both of us, let's face it, both of us led terrible childhoods. You had the silly name, I had the silly speech impediment.
Yes. Silly name.
Quentin!
In America, no one's ever heard of the name before. You know, they dig on it there.
Let's talk about some of the movies, though, that I know you've seen, you've enjoyed. I'd like to show you a clip of this film. Now, this was a film which many people will never have heard of, many people will not go and see. What I'm curious about is, when you see a movie like the one we look at now, are you influenced by every film of this type? What do you find in movies which we would consider bad films? You know, the acting isn't really as good as top quality professional acting, the direction isn't particularly interesting or stick. The script writing, you know, you kind of know what they're trying to do, but it doesn't...
Well, you're making a lot of judgment calls here. Maybe I might feel differently about it.
Well, that's what I'm asking you. OK, let's have a look. This is a Rudy Ray Moore film called Disco Godfather. Which I know you paid to go and see.
Oh, yes, I did. The Hawthorne 6, I remember, yes.
But you must have been one of the few people who did actually pay to see
Actually, you know what? This has only maybe happened twice in my lifetime. When I bought a ticket to see that movie, the person at the box office said, no, you don't want to go see it. You don't want to go see it. All right? And I go, no, I want to go see it. No, you don't. No, you don't. Yes, I do. Okay, well, when you can't stand it, I'll give you a ticket to another movie. I sat through it twice.
OK, I take it back. It's a masterpiece.
Hey, Rudy Ray Moore, if you crave satisfaction, this is where you can find that kind of action. Come into this theater as its next attraction. Is the movie so damn bad, it's going to put you in traction.
How are there enough hours in the day for you to absorb all this stuff?
You don't talk to me like you don't know, all right?
Well, I pretend...
Don't act like a civilian all of a sudden.
I pretend I spend time with my family. Now, there are so many references in the new movie Kill Bill, a lot of which people will get, a lot of which they necessarily won't, I would have thought. Right. One is the poster, which we have. Can we put the poster up? It says, it's a roaring rampage of revenge. Now...
Now, you gotta say it.
Yeah, I
say
review
like
movies.
Caesar said it in the play. A roaring rampage of revenge.
I can't say it that way. Don't you understand? It's a roaring
Rated R.
Yeah, I can't. Now, you see, the outfit that Uma Thurman wears in it is in itself a cinematic reference that some of you will know, of course, others of you will not. Those of you who are fans or admirers of the legendary Bruce Lee.
Yes.
Will remember that his unfinished masterpiece, the movie he was working on when he died under tragic, some still believe mysterious circumstances. He wears the outfit in Game of Death, which is a fabulous
There you go,
outfit.
right there.
Now, you're referencing that in the movie.
Yeah.
Now,
well, that, when it comes to martial arts movies, that's actually one of the most iconic images of the entire genre.
What a great suit.
Yeah.
Now, for years, I've loved that suit as well. Yeah. And a year and a half ago, before I even knew you were making Kill Bill, for a surprise birthday present for me for my 41st birthday, my wife had one of those suits made for me.
Are you serious?
Yeah, there I am, doing the washing up in it. That's my suit. That's what I'm wearing to the premiere of Kill Bill.
All righty. Are you really serious?
Yes.
Oh, man, you rock.
Thank you. There I am, relaxing with the children. And it's comfortable in all circumstances. We have piano lessons. There you go, look.
There you go.
Look, now, I want to ask something about that picture. I'm doing the washing there. See the top I'm holding?
Yeah.
Does that go with the blacks or the whites? You know what I'm saying?
I hear what you're saying.
Where does it go? Because if it was in with the blacks, then the white would be black already. But if I put it with the white, the black might bleed into the other
I think if they have white, that means the black won't bleed.
Well, I could put it in with the whites.
Yes, you put it in with the whites.
Quality solved. The only problem with that suit is, see, mine's the real one, because Uma, you cheat in the movie. Uma, you've made it into a top and trousers.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, well, I made it a little bit more flattering to a woman.
I understand, and also a bit easier to use. For example, when I got to the toilet, look what we have to do here. No, not that one. There you go. Oh. I have to take it right down. It unzips.
Yeah, you know, we had a movie to make, all right? I didn't have time for her to go through a production every time she went to the can.
And, you know, if Uma wants a copy of that photograph later on, I can let her have one. Daryl Hannah's in the film. And we should talk about this because this is another example of you casting someone in a film who many people would probably think, well, not being unkind, but she's kind of not A-list anymore. Maybe I won't put her in a big movie. And yet you seem, when you hired Travolta, of course, he was kind of washed up, really, and you put him back on top. So I want to ask you about that casting. What do you see in these people? What, do you deliberately say, here's someone who I think was great, could be great again, or is it luck of the draw?
Well, I mean, I don't really think that that's necessarily the case with Daryl. I mean, she wasn't starring in Armageddon, but goody for her, all right? That was a good thing. But the thing about it is, it is a situation, with Daryl where, she was really big all throughout the 80s and everything. And then when the 90s came, all of a sudden, she became one of our best character actors. She works all the time. There's all these fantastic independent movies. And think about it. In the 80s, when she was a big star, she actually got a short shrift as a star because she was, all the roles that there were girlfriend roles. Yeah. And that's all she played. Yeah. Now she stars in all these independent movies and she plays the characters that she never got a chance to play before.
Okay, so how do you think you can take anyone, pluck them and say, okay, we can make that guy work again? Is that something?
Well, I have to have passion for them. I have to think they're a very talented actor. That's one. But most importantly, it's not like I sit around and even though it maybe seem like that it's becoming this persona thing that I sit around and who am I going to take from 70s television this time and put them in movies. The bottom line is I think I cast really well.
I've got an actor here. He's not getting much work over here. Les Dennis. Could you do anything with him for me? I see him as a ruthless killer.
Ruthless, yes.
Uma Thurman. We had her on the show a minute ago. Yeah. I think she was coming on to me. Now, here's the thing. You get on very well with her. You wrote that role for her, presumably.
Well, no, she wrote it, all right.
And
she directed it, too.
And directed, I heard. But you wrote that for her. Now, could you have made that film without her? Did you really need her for the part? Is she kind of like your muse to that extent? That you?
Yeah, well, definitely when it comes to this movie, that's for sure. No, I mean, it would have been an exercise in futility to make it with anybody but her. I mean, I just wouldn't have done it. I mean, if Mr. Thurman hadn't met Mrs. Thurman, there'd be no Kill Bill.
I can see that because very rarely do you see a film and you think, I can't imagine anyone else in the world, and you can't imagine.
Well, my feeling about the whole thing was when I got...
Hold it a second. Do that one more time. Oh, you filthy minx. I've got to ask you something else. Here's the thing you wouldn't think about Quentin Tarantino. He is a huge fan of Simon Cowell. True or false?
It is true, actually,
That's
yes.
quite sad.
No, I got to tell you. It's like I watched American Idol in America, and he was...
Thanks for that.
Thank you. And I got to tell you, I didn't want to watch that show. I didn't see the whole first one. I was doing Kill Bill. All right, the second one came on. I had no desire to watch that stupid ass shit. And the thing is, I have all these black friends, and we would get together every week, all right, and watch American Idol. And Paula Abdul would come out and kiss their ass, and the other guy in the show, Randy, would come out and go, yo, dog, and kiss their ass, and then Simon would come on. And it was just all my black friends like, oh, there's Simon, keeping it real, keeping it real.
I can only hope one day we get to see the American Idol movie directed by Quentin Tarantino. Give Simon a sword, he can chop their limbs off if they don't sing well. We have a clip of you meeting Simon Cowell.
Oh, my God.
And you look like a big girl.
Oh, shut
Look at
this. This is the man right here. How are you?
Oh, it's very good to meet you.
This is the man right here. It's the man.
He's actually a good critic, because a lot of times you'll watch it, and you're like, oh, there's something off, but I really liked it, and then bang, he gets exactly what was off on it. Oh, wow, that was really good. And like everybody I know who watches the show, they're all like, yeah, Simon's always right. He's always right.
He is always right there. That's what
it is.
It's been really lovely having you on the show.
Oh, it's been wonderful, man. And you've been backing me since the very beginning. I really appreciate it.
Well, that's completely unnecessary to say so because I haven't. I'll be honest with you, I haven't actually seen any of your films. But I've heard they kick ass.
They do.
Hey, really great to have you on the show. The film's terrific. Kill Bill, you've got to go and see it. Ladies and gentlemen, Quentin Tarantino.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Quentin. Ladies and gentlemen, the man responsible for that and many, many more fine movies, Mr. Quentin Tarantino. He's back in the house, as they say.
Can I just say, I love British television. You're able to show one of the bloodiest scenes in Reservoir Dogs in the clip on the talk show.
Never mind that. I thought you were going to say something nice about my dog, you selfish bastard. It's all about you, isn't it,
Can
Quentin?
I say something about the thing?
If you must.
Okay. The little Jason King.
I like the sound of that.
Little Jason King. Jason King the movie. I think maybe we've got the right guy.
Do you like a bit of Jason King?
I like Jason King.
Okay,
I
that's a
like
good thing.
Randall and Hopkirk.
So you've been what? So you're a student of British TV as well
Well,
as.
it's actually funny because a lot of them got syndicated in America, and so you would like see them at like 5 o'clock on Sunday. But like you had to kind of trip over it and find them. Then but like for instance, Randall and Hopkirk was called My Partner the Ghost in America.
But it kind of sums up the idea, the premise.
Personally, I actually kind of like the title My Partner
the Ghost. So am I right in thinking that as a child you were probably someone who spent quite a lot of time indoors? Watching things.
Oh yeah, I did a lot. Yeah, I was always very. I always loved movies, and I was always really connected to movies and television. Yeah.
How were you with girls? When did girls enter your life? When did you get interested in girls, and when did girls start returning that interest?
When I did Reservoir Dogs.
When you became an internationally famous director, suddenly.
Silly that, all right. Oddly enough, one of the things that was funny was. What was really weird is I did really, really good with girls at the very beginning of elementary school.
So how old is that? It's like 11, 12?
No. I mean like kindergarten, first grade. I'm not talking about I shagged them. I'm just saying.
You're saying you had it.
They kind of liked me, and I was actually pretty charming and whatever. And I proceeded to lose that over time.
So you went through a period where you presumably you didn't get a lot of action. You won't get a lot of girlfriends either.
Actually, part of the problem of that was the fact that I quit school.
So what age were you when you quit school?
I think I was 15.
And can you legally do that?
Well, oddly enough, how I ended up quitting school was a weird situation, which to this day, my mom does not remember that it happened quite this way, but this is exactly how it happened. Again, I'm just rebelling against school because I hate it. So one day I ditch. I don't go to school, and then I ditch again the next day, and I ditch again the next day. Now, next thing you know, it's been a week, and I haven't been to school.
Yeah.
Well, now I can't go back because the minute I go back, I'm going to get in trouble. The minute I go back, they're going to say what happened, and they're going to call my mom to confirm it.
Yeah.
So now I'm stuck. So I just keep staying out. All right. So now it's about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And finally they call my mom, what's going on? And I'm busted. So we're having this huge row. And she, just in a fit of anger, as I'm, walking out of the room or something like that, praying she doesn't like beat me with a belt. All right. I'm like, I quit anyway. I'll be damned if you quit, slam the door. And so, maybe the next day or 2 days later, she's putting on her makeup, in the bathroom, and she's like bitching at me about something. And she goes, "Oh, and by the way, you know what? I'm gonna let you quit. If you want to quit, I'm gonna let you quit. However."
Quentin, have you ever seen a woman put makeup on? Because this is like, what was she in the Kabuki theater or something?
Well,
this is like all over.
The thing about it was, at first I was just doing it just to get the point across, then I started getting specific with it.
That was some method acting going on right there. He was in the moment.
She goes, "If you want to quit, I'm going to let you quit, but then you got to go out and get a job."
Yeah.
I was gobsmacked. I could not believe she actually said I could quit school.
And what, were you terrified or were you excited?
I couldn't believe it. I don't have to go to school anymore. I was over the moon.
You seem to be still quite excited.
They put it like this.
Yeah.
To this day, and to the rest of my life, every time September rolls around, I thank God I don't have to go back.
Okay, so let's talk about the new movie now, because we have a new movie released over here, a Tarantino movie. It's always an exciting event in my life when I know there's a new movie coming out.
Thank you.
This has got a strange history, though. It's unusual in the way it's come out. I suppose, not that unusual. Kill Bill had an interesting kind of birth as well. That was going to be one movie, then became two movies. This was two movies, kind of, not both by Young, became one. It was initially a double bill with another film. Tell me how this came about and what the thinking was here.
Yeah, well, the whole thing was, me and Robert Rodriguez wanted to, he's the RR in my shirt. We wanted to create a whole thing of like a 70s exploitation double bill, the way they used to do.
Yeah. And these were the kind of experiences you grew up enjoying.
Yeah, exactly.
So you would go to the movie and there would almost always be two films on.
Yeah, there would be two movies, and a lot of times exploitation movies would be made to actually literally put them together. All right,
so they'd be a certain length and they'd be made to complement one another.
Yes, exactly. And you'd see that, and they play in all the drive-ins, and they play at all the grindhouses.
So what kind of movies are we talking about? Which films did you see? Which films did you enjoy on a double bill as a youth?
Oh gosh, that's a good question. Oh, there was a few of them. Coffee and the Mac.
So Coffee was a Foxy Brown movie,
yeah,
wasn't
yeah,
it?
Coffee was
Pam
Pam Grier. Okay. And the Mac was Max Julien and Richard Pryor.
I've never seen the Mac.
You gotta do it. Cut back to Sam Jackson and hear him say you've never seen the Mac.
I've never seen the Mac, Sam. Is that a...
Never seen the Mac? You haven't lived.
Actually, okay, in any black neighborhood throughout the 80s, when the Mac was like so old, it's not even
it was
funny.
a big movie.
Well, it was a huge movie when it came out, all right? And it was a great movie. No, it's the Scarface of pimp stories.
Right.
And it was actually written by a former pimp, so one of the things that's so great about the movie is the dialogue. Not only is it great and you know, flowery, like a lot of the blaxploitation movies, it's actually also really authentic as far as the pimp trade is concerned. And there's also tons of pimps, real-life pimps, all the way through it.
Well, I can see it has so much to recommend it.
Well, yeah, very much.
I would say so.
And Max Julien gives actually one of the greatest... Here's what you need, because I know you like exploitation movies. One of the single greatest performances in the history of exploitation cinema is Max Julien's performance of Goldie as the Mac.
I feel ashamed of myself for never having heard of them.
We'll forgive you.
Okay. Well, these films, you see, you put them together, but you had to have stamina to sit through two movies, even though they were both 90 minutes long.
Well, people now, as we learned with Grindhouse, now, yeah, you're right.
People aren't used to it. They're not conditioned to accept that much entertainment.
It was like, oh, all the more movie for your money. I mean, when people went to the movies, it wasn't meant to be this like thing that was supposed to get through just so they could get to the dinner. Yeah. All right. Yeah. It was like people were there. They were there to see two movies. There would be a riot in the theater if there wasn't two movies.
So the double bill didn't do as well as anyone had expected, or indeed you would expect a film by you or Mr. Rodriguez to do, did it? Yeah. I mean, it really didn't do that much business, did it?
No,
as a double bill.
No, it was a little disappointing when it opened up, and you know, part of the thing was the fact that we realized basically was. You know, people don't want to see two movies on a Friday night or a Saturday night.
Do you think it was self-indulgent of you to do this with Robert? Because there are moments in the movie which, and you know, I love these kind of movies, so I kind of am, you're preaching to the converted here already. But I can understand why. I spoke to some people in America and they said that there were people complaining about the projectionist. And in actual fact, you've shot it so it looks like it's badly projected at times and there are mistakes. And I imagine a lot of people just think, what the hell what's going on here?
I don't think, we didn't try to make it look like it was something wrong with the projection necessarily. It was like a bad print. It was like a beat up print.
But even so, you know, these people are paying money and they want to see a glossy movie and they're used to seeing these movies. I mean, Kill Bill, both those movies are so beautifully shot. And there's a moment in Death Proof, which I actually love, you know, but I can see why people would not necessarily be on the same page, where it's been black and white for a while, as though the guy's done something wrong in the projection. And then suddenly it flashes in colour. When it flashes in colour, it looks so beautiful. And the colours on screen are exquisitely chosen. But if you're not on board with the whole idea of it being a grindhouse thing, you're going to think, why is he wasting my time with this thing?
I don't think that's the case.
Well, it is the case. So never mind what you think, I'm telling you. And that's the problem. You need more people like me to bloody tell you. Make a proper movie. All right. You can go now.
Every time it flashes, it was one of the things that's actually funny watching it with an audience. Every time it goes from the black and white to the color, there's always this in the theater.
It is a great moment. There's no doubt about it. Let me ask you about the concept of the movie, though, because Death Proof is being released as a solo movie now. Great cast. Kurt Russell is fabulous, and I love Kurt Russell. I've been waiting for him to make a movie that I really enjoyed again for quite a while now. And what a great part for him, and he really is terrific.
He plays a character named Stuntman Mike, and I can proudly say that I think Stuntman Mike sits on his rogues gallery shelf of great characters, along with Snake Plissken and McCready and Jack Burton.
He's great. And what's the concept of Death Proof? Explain to everyone what Death Proof means in the film.
Yeah, well, what it means basically is Kurt Russell plays a character named Stuntman Mike. He's a demented ex-stuntman, and the thing is, he's a killer. His thing is he has what we call a death-proof car, which is basically a cool car that he's had a stunt team reinforce. So it's basically, you can get into the worst crash in the world, and if you're sitting in the driver's seat, you'll live through it like you do in stunt movies. And his thing is his thing is to kill women in his car, because it's like he's a rape murderer, because as he kills all the women, the car crash itself, he can live through it. It's like a sex act. And so his thing is to go around finding posses of girls. And then when he finds a posse, he follows them for a week or so, and then finds the right moment, and he watches them go out on a Saturday night, and they drink, and they take drugs, and they get all messed up. And then as they drive home, he crashes into his car, killing them all right? But he gets to live through it. And then he recovers and then goes to another state and does it over again.
Yeah, okay. It's a...
Did that describe it?
Yeah, but it makes you sound mad as well. But that's a good thing, I think.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Death Proof comes out on the 21st of September.
Hey, I want to point out something. The actress who's on the hood of the car is Zoe Bell. She's actually the greatest... Yeah, Zoe! She's actually...
Hang on. That's the weirdest response. Here's someone no one else has heard of. Three people are going nuts. But she must have a very small but select following. Yeah.
Believe me, when the movie opens, she'll have a big
It'll be bigger,
following. Yeah. Zoe is actually the greatest stunt woman in the world. And she was Uma Thurman's stunt double on Kill Bill, and she was Lucy Lawlow's stunt double on Xena.
Right.
And she's one of my best friends. She's like my sister. And I decided she's got such a great personality, I figured if I wrote a part for her, that would all come out in the movie. So I cast her in the movie because part of the thing that would be fun about it is she could do all of her own stunts. So the thing is, in this movie, she does everything in this film stunt-wise. She does all of her own stunts. And this is a big point of pride for me, because I don't know how anyone else feels, but I think these car chases in these movies in the 90s and the 2000s with all this CGI going on is crap. Absolute crap. Yeah. Part of the thing about this movie, there is no CGI in these chases whatsoever. If we couldn't do it in real life, we couldn't do it. And not only
this is all done in camera. When you see the car,
all in camera.
Even that first big scene when he goes over the car and you.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
That's remarkable.
All in camera. And not only that, there's actually no undercranking. And undercranking is a thing they would do where they shoot the film at a slower speed that when you project it, the cars look like they're going faster, which never works. You always can tell. Yeah, exactly. During this chase, which is about 19 minutes long, during this chase, every time we were doing it, the cars were always going 70, 80, 90, or 100 miles an hour.
And where do you have your camera when you're doing that?
Well, to put in a camera car following. Now, to put it in proper perspective, if the cars are going 100 miles an hour and we're shooting from the front, that means us in the camera car are going 110 miles an hour. In perspective.
Frankly, I'm not going to act impressed by that.
Yeah.
Because it sounds foolish and childish. That you should show off the fact that you've been blatantly disregarding speeding limits. But it's great fun for you. I guess part of what I admire about your films and also your life is that you seem to make the movies you want to see.
No, definitely.
And here's a film which, they don't make these kind of films anymore, either in the sense of the car crashes being real and the car chases, but also that kind of exploitation feel to a mad killer in pursuit of people. And you've made a movie which obviously you would have wanted to see when you were younger.
Oh, actually, it's funny because I've been kind of going around the world selling the movie piecemeal. It's been really funny because we decided, as opposed to all my movies after Reservoir Dogs, they all kind of open up simultaneously all around the world together.
Yeah.
So you go to London and you're there for 5 days and then right to Germany.
Yeah.
And here we've been doling it out little by little by little. So I've been able to do a whole regional tour through the UK. So it's been fun to actually watch the movie with all these different audiences, but also have it kind of spaced out a little bit.
So where have you been in the UK? What part?
Well, I just got it back from Liverpool today.
And did you enjoy Liverpool?
Oh, I had a fantastic time. I actually met Sherry Blair.
Wow.
Yeah, she was on my...
Hang on, that's a kind of unusual thing to hear you say.
I met her this morning, actually.
I would imagine, I expect you to say someone else, but Sherry Blair seems like... You seem like an odd mix, the two of you.
No.
Is she a big Quentin Tarantino fan?
Well, apparently she is. Actually, what happened was it was this morning, and she was on the same floor as I was in this Liverpool hotel, and they realized I was awake because I had my radio on, so... There was a knock on the door, and I opened up the door, and a British Secret Service guy is there, and he goes, Sherry Blair is next door. She'd like to meet you. I go, okay, So I go outside, and she goes, oh, hello, how you doing?
Did you go in and freshen up first a bit and put a bit of... Just
no, I actually just walked out, all right? And,
you didn't put any makeup on?
No makeup. And then, and so we were talking and everything, and we had a really nice time. And then she goes, well, can I get a picture with you? And I go, yeah, sure. She goes, well, let's not do it in the hallway. Let's go in my room.
Hello.
Yeah.
I'm assuming Tony wasn't there?
No, Tony wasn't there, all right? But I have to say, it was really...
Just leave it there.
But,
Our imagination can fill in the rest.
Actually, I have to say,
you have a spring in your step.
She was a little saucy, I have to say.
No!
Because I go into her room and we put our arms around each other.
Samuel's shaking his head saying, don't tell this story.
We go in the room, we put our arms around each other to take the photo, and she goes, actually, my husband's off. That'll teach him. Next time they go off, I got me a new man.
I think you've confused her with a Victorian prostitute.
I did a little bit of a Don Cheadle there. Sorry about that.
Quentin, how great to see you again.
Good to be here.
You're a great character. I love meeting you, but certainly I love your movies. Mr. Quentin Tarantino, ladies and gentlemen.
Thanks for having me.
Great to see you again. Thank you so much. It was great fun. Thank you. The makeup wasn't so bad.
Thank you.
Hi, Quentin. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen. I'm thrilled he's back on the show. Quentin Tarantino. Good to have you. The auteur takes the bow. How are you? Looking great.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
Well, at last it's here. At last it's here, Inglourious Bastards. When did you first mention that you were going to be doing a movie, a war film called Inglourious Bastards?
I think I was mentioning it about in 1998, right after I did Jackie Brown.
So 11 years ago you were talking about this film.
Exactly.
And so why has it taken so long? You've done a few in between. Why has it taken so long to get to the screen?
Well, it's slightly deceptive to think that it's been in gestation for that long because I came up with the idea of the characters and I had a whole other storyline that I had started writing way back when. And the thing about it was, it ended up being just too long. Because if you think about it, back in '98, it would have been my first original since Pulp Fiction. So I got really precious about it. Right. And it became less about the movie that was going to come out of it and more about just the writing. And I couldn't shut my brain off. And it was becoming like a novel or a miniseries. Or what the hell, I'm too big for movies, So I put it aside and did a little movie called Kill Bill, to get out of my epic-itis, cut to Kill Bill 1 and 2. And,
well, because you that was going to be one film, and that got too long,
Yeah, that got too big.
Yeah.
And well, not too big, big enough, all right.
Just the right size.
Yeah, but then what happened was, so when I came back to it, I ended up taking the story out that I had come up with originally because I just thought it was just too unwieldy. But I kept all the same characters, and so what follows now is a different storyline that I came up with.
Now, the real kind of die-hard film fans out there will know there was a movie in the late 70s called Inglourious Bastards.
Yes.
And it's kind of set in the same sort of setting. There's some similarities, but it's not a remake by any stretch of the
No, actually,
imagination.
it doesn't follow any of the storyline of Inglourious Bastards. I like that movie. It's a fun movie. But I actually bought it just for the title, because I love the title.
Yeah. It's a great title. It's a very peculiar film. I shouldn't think many people have seen it. I've seen it a few times, bizarrely. And,
really? That's pretty cool.
Well, yeah, but it's an odd film. What I like about it is, have you noticed that they always had a very limited cast? Because in that film, they're going from village to village killing Germans.
Yeah.
And after about the first half hour, you recognise they're killing the same Germans in every village.
Exactly, yeah. Well, yeah, it's the same. The Italians were really big about the big explosion where the guy goes flying head over heels, all right? And then you just start noticing it's the same stuntman as, hey, there's Giorgio again.
But this time he's got a different eye patch on or a moustache. Tell us about the storyline of Inglourious Bastards, and also tell us why you spelled bastards incorrectly, because it's not the correct spelling of the word bastard, of course.
Yeah, basically what the movie is about is Brad Pitt leads a group of Jewish American soldiers that are basically behind enemy lines, and their whole thing is to basically do an Apache resistance against the Nazis, which means that they ambush a patrol. It's not a straight-up fight. They ambush them, and then they not only do they kill them, they desecrate their bodies. They collect their scalps, they take out the gold teeth, and they just leave the bodies there desecrated so other Germans to find, so that'll scare them. And then they also leave one alive to explain the tale that, oh, the bastards did this and they're Jews doing that.
So to spread fear and create a myth.
Yeah, to create a myth and to get psychologically to beat them, the way the Apaches were able to do against both the Spaniards and the U.S. cavalry.
But, you know, it's a very interesting movie. And you know what? I love the film. And I'm so thrilled I can say that to you. And I can't wait to see it again. But it's not... You might expect it to be sequence after sequence of these guys ambushing and doing that. But you don't actually see them doing that much of that, do you?
Yeah, well, it's, you know, the thing about it is, anytime I do a genre or a subgenre movie, what got me to sit down to actually start writing it is I like that idea of throwing my hat in the ring of that genre. Like, say, Reservoir Dogs, it was like I wanted to do a heist film. Yeah. And I did, but it's different than most heist films. Like, for instance, you don't see the heist. And same thing here. I start with an idea, but then I want to build away from it and create my own thing.
Let me ask you... Well, no, we didn't deal with the spelling here. Inglourious Basterds is spelled incorrectly. Now, is this the only way you could get it... I heard this was so you could put it on posters, otherwise
no, that wasn't the case. Look, the truth of the matter is I don't really answer this question for the basic fact it's an artistic flourish, all right? And to describe it is to take the piss out of it.
Yeah, so basically you just want people to make up their own mind and enjoy the fact that it's a different thing.
Correcto mundo.
OK. Now, I have a bone to pick with you. I'm sorry I have to chastise Mr. Tarantino for something he does in his film, because you have a great ear for music in film. And I know that when Reservoir Dogs first came out, everyone said, wow, what an incredible soundtrack. And it kind of turned people on to soundtracks in a whole new generation. In this, you use a lot of... It's not found music, but it's music from other films.
Yeah.
Classic music from some obscure, some well-known movies. And I don't understand why you do that. Because for me personally, it sometimes takes me out of the film.
Really?
I'm watching the movie and I'm enjoying it, I'm loving your film, and then suddenly it's a bit and I'm thinking, hold on, that's from Battle for Algiers. And there's another thing and I think, hold on, that's from The Alamo.
Yeah.
You know, and there's little snatches of music I recognise from the movies. And so I start playing Spot the Music rather than enjoying The Inglourious Basterds. So now, is that not a concern for you? And why not just get a new soundtrack made for it, a new piece of music composed?
Well, one, it's not a concern, or I would be concerned about it.
Well, I think you should be. I really think you should be.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that myself.
Well, I do. That's what I'm trying to say to you. And I want you to stop doing it.
Yeah. Well, let me actually answer the reason why
No,
I don't...
Just say I'm right.
Yeah, basically the thing about it is, I would not feel comfortable giving a composer that much power over my movie.
So really, it's a power thing for you?
It's just, it's my movie. It's like, it's the same thing to me as like using a rock song that was already famous and you put it in a movie.
It's not the same.
To me, it is.
Yeah, but you're wrong.
I disagree. And look, part of the...
You can't disagree. It's my show. We'll just cut that bit out. I'm going to put a bit in later if you're saying yes, you're right. Now. Okay, no.
We're going to have a question where I say that.
Okay, now, great cast in the film. Great cast and terrific performances from some people you would expect. Brad Pitt is tremendous.
Yeah, I think he ran in it too.
Took you a long while to get around to Brad. I'm sure you knew about him. He must have known about you. You must have been interested in him beforehand. How does it come about when you have a part for someone like that? You approach them first, he's come to you, what happens?
Well, no, actually, it was interesting in that situation. We've always wanted to work together at some point in time. But the truth of the matter is, I think I don't really work like that insofar as it's about the character. It's got to be the right fit of the character. Yeah. So I'm always waiting for that to rise up. And so what happened was, I'm like writing the script, and I get about halfway into it, and I start to now think, well, who could possibly play this role? And then I'm like, oh, actually, Brad Pitt would be really good in this. So I continue writing a little bit more, and then I'm like, Brad Pitt would be effing awesome, all right, in this. And then by the time I get to the end of it, it's like, okay, now I'm screwed. I have to get Brad Pitt, or it's just not going to work. I don't have a fallback chance. And he's one of the biggest stars on the planet Earth. And not only that, it's not like I can wait for him. I'm going to go into production right away. Yeah. So what are the chances to be able to get him? He lives on a vineyard in France. So then I hopped on a plane to go and talk to him about it.
Does he live in France? I thought he lives in America.
No, he lives in France.
Yeah, I think he just tells you that.
Yeah. And so he goes over. I go over. And well, since he lives on a vineyard, and they actually make really nice...
Doesn't live on a vineyard.
Rosé. They make really nice rosé there. So he opens a bottle of rosé, and pouring it and drinking and talking, and then hours turn into more hours, turns into night, turns into 3 o'clock in the morning. You wake up and
suddenly you bought a vineyard.
Yeah, exactly. Well, actually, the thing about it is we woke up, and then Brad counted...
In bed with each other.
Well, counted the bottles, and there were 8 empty rosé bottles.
Wow. And then you look up, and there's Angelina going, another one, Brad? You brought another one home? Another director? But he's great. I can't, seeing it now, I can't imagine anyone else
Yeah, me too.
in the park. OK, the film opens here on August the 19th. You've got a while to wait, but I'm telling you, it's worth the wait. It's great fun. And it has been a wait. What do you do in between movies, Quentin? Because you move away from the industry, don't you? You remove yourself from the practice of writing and directing, and you presumably have fun, I guess. But...
Yeah, it's like, well, you know, part of the thing is I have to, you know, I have to live life, so I actually have something, so one, I can enjoy a life, and so I can actually have something to give back to my work. But there's another aspect about it, is the fact that, look, I'm a writer-director. Everything that I do starts with a blank piece of paper. And, you know, I would make more movies and stuff if okay, I'm not going to write this one. Let me just see what scripts are out there, and I find something that inspires me, and maybe work with the writer or do a rewrite myself. But then, cut to 10 years down the line, yeah, I've made more movies, but my voice gets lost.
So you wouldn't work on someone else's script like that?
I mean, never say never, but I don't really have any intention to. I like in using Inglourious Basterds as an example. Every aspect of that movie is a product of my imagination.
Yeah. Well, it's a wonderful experience. But I heard talk a few years ago that maybe you were considering doing a Bond movie.
Well, you know, I got to say that was one that I was very interested in doing.
Well, wouldn't that be great? Can you imagine a Quentin Tarantino Bond movie?
Yeah. Well, I mean, part of the thing is the reason they did Casino Royale all comes down to me. Because...
Well, why don't you just big yourself up while you're
Well, it's the truth. I mean, the thing about it is, I made it a point that I said I wanted to do Casino Royale. They were already on record as saying that the movie was unfilmable. But then after I said it and talked about it for a little bit, then the big thing on all the internets was that was what the fans wanted to see. And so that's when they, oh, maybe it's not so unfilmable now.
Well, I told them to hire Daniel Craig.
Actually, if I would have done it, though, I wouldn't have done it with Daniel Craig. I would have done it with Pierce Brosnan.
Well, that's where you're wrong.
I disagree.
Well, you're wrong twice tonight. Let's go for 3. Now, Quentin, what do you do when you're unwinding, for example, TV, movies? Do you watch your own kind of stuff? Do you like, I mean, I imagine you watch most of the movies in those genres, or do you like kicking back like I do with an episode of Sex and the City, maybe? Or an episode of Big Brother, you know, like trashy TV? Do you turn your mind off with that kind of stuff? Do you like those sort of things?
Well, I have to say, when it is, you know when I watch, actually, for lack of a better word, trashy TV the most is kind of like a normal person as far as usually when I'm editing, because I've been working all day and then I get home at night and maybe I don't want to watch a movie, I just want to just veg on the television and just see whatever sitcom is on. That's when I kind of catch up with the normal television.
Do you like girly movies though? Would you ever wind up, do you think you could see yourself writing a romance, a romantic comedy, that kind of thing?
Well, you know, it's funny, actually, romantic comedies kind of, you know, these rom-coms get a bad rap, but actually I've been a fan of romantic comedies since the 30s. You know, and they usually work on wordplay and everything like that, so I actually think I'd be really good at it. Like, for instance, it is a guilty pleasure, all right? You know, I used to find it hard to actually go to the movies by myself. You want to have a date with you just so you have an excuse to go. But having said that, I actually watched when Sandra Bullock was on the show a few weeks ago, and I actually thought The Proposal was a very funny movie.
Yeah. So you like that kind of thing. Now, do you go and see that?
They're funny, yeah.
Would you go and see that?
No. Here's the thing.
On a date? You have to be on a date for that kind of thing?
Well, no, I actually went and saw that one by myself. But you feel better about yourself if you see it on a date. But,
who's the loser in the romantic comedy at the back on his own there?
Yeah, exactly. But, you know,
looks like he might have a gun under his coat.
Yeah.
Don't point him out.
Unfortunately, the problem with most romantic comedies is that if I did one, hopefully that would not be the case, is you seem to have amnesia for how cheesy the movies become in the last 15 minutes. You have to forget about it.
It's got to be love and kisses at the end.
Yeah, and so
you
it's
couldn't
like,
end it your way. It couldn't be, yeah, I love you. Boom!
Never say never.
Okay, we have, you know, I have people who help me on the show doing research and stuff, and I found out that some stuff I didn't know about you. For example, apparently, Reservoir Dogs was initially going to be called Righteous Colours.
No, it wasn't.
And, well, this is what I've been told. Pulp Fiction was initially going to be called Blunt Justice. So these were different titles for the film.
Blunt Justice?
So
I've never heard of that title in my life.
I wasn't the okay. The other thing I was told was the John Travolta role, which was great to see Travolta back, and what a great comeback performance. But initially, that role you were thinking of offering to the British comedian Ronnie Corbett.
You heard wrong.
I'm sorry. You know, I hate because I get given this information and it's embarrassing.
You got taken, yeah.
Pete, who did this? Pete did this. Pete, it was Pete. Pete, are you here? There's Pete. Pete, come here, Pete. Pete's the researcher who did this. Hey, you said to me you checked out, because I said to you I didn't think that was true, and you said you looked on, where is it? Where did you look for this information?
Wikipedia.
Why? And that's as good, and you didn't double check it anywhere?
Well, it's the internet. They sort of knows everything. It's
But
not wrong.
I've told you before, you've got to double check stuff, because I've got Quentin here now, and it's embarrassing for me, and I'm sorry, Quentin, for embarrassing this way. You know, I can't let this go. I'm so sick and tired of this kind of... And you know how it feels. You know, you work hard on the show, and then some idiot like that comes in, and he's paid good money as well. And we've got a nice office and everything. He comes in here and he tells me that kind of thing, and it's embarrassing for me in front of you, so I apologise for the...
It's okay. It's okay.
I don't want you to think that's how we run this operation.
I'm glad you took care of business.
It's shoddy. It's shoddy. Okay, Quentin, I love having you on the show, and I'm a fan of your work, and it's
Hey,
great to see you.
Well, if you like having me on the show, can I just say one thing?
What?
Okay, I have to say, I feel very honored that the Poofs are wearing my shirt. I know that is a high honor.
I like the way you say the poofs. The poofs.
However, if you like me so much, what do I have to do to rate having my face in one of the bubbles at the beginning, all right? I mean, Russell Brand made it, but I just still have it.
I think you were in early on in the series, and then you made Death Proof, and I didn't like it as much, so we took it off.
Yeah, all right. Okay, so...
But now you're back. You can be back out
okay,
there.
the big guy's back, all right.
Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Mr. Quentin Tarantino. Fabulous.
Thanks, man.
Thank you so much. Great stuff. Thank you. Quentin Tarantino, ladies and gentlemen.